Today I thought I would talk about my May hopefuls, and I have quite a stack here, and I don't think I'm going to get through all of them. I know I'm not, but that's okay. We're kind of going to go in the idea that when I go to the library and I see something I like, I pick it up and then I add it to the stack. And the stack is ever evolving, okay? Or if I see something of recommendation of a book, I add it to the stack. It's just the way it is, okay? There's going to be no themes, okay? And there's going to be no rhyme or reason. But that's okay because we're just here to enjoy the journey of reading. So I thought I would give a little May hopefuls and we'll come back and see what we actually get done, okay? So to not repeat myself, I still want to read some of the books I picked out for March. So those will probably be the first ones I read because I've had them the longest, right? So I still want to read Pitch Perfect. It's a quest for collegiate a cappella. It's actually what the movie is based on. I've talked about this in 2 other videos, so I won't go into it. But yes, still want to read this. This is still on the TBR. Now this one, I'm going to hold off because I have it on hold on Libby. And I thought I would do like a combination of an immersive read, audiobook, physical book situation with Gone with the Wind. Still plan on reading that. Haven't given up on some of these, even though, of course, it breaks my heart, but I still want to continue this series. We all know what this is about. Still going to continue this. It's been crazy. This is As Good as Dead. Want to get that out of the way. Want to complete this trilogy. Still going to read this. This book. Okay. I heard Ashlyn Goobly's. If you look up Ashlyn, she's in BookTube. She talked about this book. So this is a book I will be reading. I usually read a nonfiction book, so as I'm reading fiction books, so this will be probably the next nonfiction book I read, is this one. And it's Mel Robbins' Let Them Theory. And I've heard some mixed reviews and some good stuff, and I love a good Dean and Dan at the End of the World by Colleen Oakley. I've heard things about this. I know I heard about it online. It sounded good, so therefore got it at the library. Okay, the next one is I saw this one when I was at the library, and it's How to Solve Your Own Murder. And I thought that was kind of an interesting premise by Kristen Perrin. So I look forward to reading that. A little murder mystery, cozy mystery from what I've heard. I still want to read this. It's Frozen River by Ariel Lawson. Don't know, I'm butchering that name. But this is a historical fiction. I believe it's about World War I. I'm not real sure, but either way, I know I've heard a ton about this online. I got this a while ago. And this will be one of the first ones I read, probably. I still want to read this. I don't know why, but this book stays in my brain. I think about this book on a regular basis and how I want to read it. So First Blood, which is actually what the Rambo series that Sylvester Stallone was in many, many years ago. 40 years ago, probably. Oh, I don't even know now. 40? Yeah, over 40 years ago. So, still going to read this. Again, I was sitting at the library walking around waiting for the little girl to come check me out when I've got some stuff on hold. And I saw Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murders. I believe I heard Kalia D talk about this book, I believe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Another cozy mystery. This one is Faye Donovan's Killing It. Again, it's a mystery. I'm really into mysteries right now. I guess this is the flavor of the month, the mystery. May mysteries. It's going to be a mystery themed month, I guess, in some ways. Anyways, so Faye Donovan's Killing It by Ellie Casamano. It's another mystery. Looking forward to that. Okay, so this book, I've got to be so honest with you about this. I saw this book, been seeing this book forever, right? I thought it was talking about a different type of chemistry, if you get my drift. I had no idea this was a historical fiction about women in chemistry. Yeah. So, I don't know why. I judged it by its cover. I just assumed it was like some of those other ones out there. So I was like, that's not for me. And then I saw somebody do a review and they talked about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a book I would love to read. So, pick that one up. Okay, now these two are kind of silly, but they kind of go together. So are the Teresa Giudice or Giudice Standing Strong? And I have some things to talk about when I talk about this. I think I may have been wrong. We'll talk about that. And a documentary series. And then Love Italian Style by Melissa Gorga, which is, these two are sister-in-laws. These are both housewives on the Housewives of New Jersey on Bravo. And I've watched that, so I thought I would read these. I'm sure these will be little quick reads. I don't know. So I still want to read those. Haven't given up on that. So this one somebody suggested to me, and I remember hearing about this, but I've never read it, and it's called Just Mercy. And I know there's a major motion picture, and I believe it's about a man who was accused of something and finds out he's innocent, I believe, from what it's been a long time. Either way, I don't like to deep dive into stuff before I read them. That's a toxic trait. That gets me in trouble at times. But needless to say, yeah, this is I'm thinking it's going to be, I know it's based on a true story, so I'm really interested in reading that. And apparently that's adapted for young readers, young adults. Okay. And then this one, The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek. Where I live, this is kind of this is actually, where does this take place? Oh, this is in the Appalachians in Kentucky. And it's a story about women who would take horse and buggies, or mules and buggies. I think even donkeys probably. I don't know if it was horses or donkeys. Probably donkeys. And they would do a bookmobile situation in the Appalachians many, many years ago. And this is based on true story. I heard somebody talk about this on TikTok, and I was like, oh, I'm putting that on hold. Actually, no, I'm taking that back. I didn't even have to put it on hold. I looked it up, and it was at my library. So I went and got it. So straight away. So that is what we hope to accomplish in May. We'll see how many of these I actually get done. Obviously, if you keep track, you'll see what I didn't get done in April. But there's a reason for that, because we had some surprises. And as you've seen, one of the books I was not on my TBR I read was Just for the Summer. And if you look for that, maybe I can learn how to put those up here, That's I did a reading vlog. And there was another book that I read that was a total, I walk in and it was sitting there. So I was like, I have to get it, We'll talk more about that in the next one. But yeah, so there was some surprises in there, and there's always the surprise in my audiobooks because I never know what you're going to get, what you're going to find. And so that always gets added in there. So anyways, so that's the wrap up for May and what I hope to read. So I hope you guys have a wonderful reading month as well. And right below, if you've read any of these, or if you want to add any of these to your TBR, or what is your TBR? Is it 1 book? Is it 10 books? I don't even know how many books I have here. But it's all about that. And I have a couple more that I'm not even adding that I have, but I'm not even going to add those right now because I know I've already got an aggressive TBR. Always do. I always overextend myself. But that's okay, because you know what? We'll get to them and we'll get through it, and it's 1 book at a time. Alrighty. I'll see you later.